we are there. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rookzer0 live stream. It is a little earlier than yesterday. Man, I don't know. I just feel like getting it going. So that's how we're gonna do it today. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome, Vitali. There we go. Ace, welcome. I think I heard Corvus in there as well. Welcome to the live stream. Today is the viewer submission day. So we can do some stuff. Draw Mechanus. What is Mechanus? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. Mechanus. A Clockwork Nirvana? Plane of Lawful Neutral in Dungeons and Dragons. The Great Wheel. Outer Planes. Alright. I don't know how I would do that, but we could try. We could definitely try to draw a giant cog. Yeah. Apparently it's a whole plane. Like, a whole plane of existence made out of metal people. Well, metal people exist in that universe, I guess. So instead of the material plane, it's the cog train. Either way, okay. Let's get this going. So we'll put that as our first thing to do in each piece of paper. So I can write these down. Yeah, I hope Chippy's okay. I hope Chippy was joking, but we'll go from there. We don't know. Miller, welcome. I posted a link in the voice channel chat. We are in Discord today if people want to come hang out. And it's an interesting little interview with Jeremy Crawford about how 5th edition is handling races. And yesterday I made a joke about being able to make fun of and be derogatory towards orcs. And now you can't, and that's great, and I love it. I think it was great because I said it yesterday as a joke, but I like that 5th edition and Wizards of the Coast is basically saying, like, you know, races all over the place should be different, or can be different instead of just being from one location, and that's something that I've kind of been talking about in the past on a bunch of different streams about it being weird that, like, when you want to roll an orc, you have to be exactly like every other orc. So I like that. I'd love to see what they're going to do with it. I think the stats should really be based on your background instead of your race. That's kind of my way to... Yeah. Dippy, welcome. Yeah, you basically just play what you want, right? Yeah. Right. See, that makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense with the stats being based on your class. Because then it always bothered me when you like, I'm going to play a fighter, you roll your stats, and you're like, I have 2 strength, but I know how to use every single weapon in existence. And it's like, what? How'd that happen? How are you proficient with tower shields but can't pick them up? Heritages, yeah. Okay, draw a merfolk from the Arctic. Ooh. Arctic Merfolk. That's a good one. Welcome, Finn. Yeah, you can suggest a character, Finn. There you go, yeah. Yeah, I think that was the big proponent for that article. If you want to read it, is basically with the Wildmount coming out, the Matt Mercer, his universe is basically very different from the normal Forgotten Realm universes, at least in perspective of their how they depict orcs and drow and stuff like that. So he very much had to. I think they had to address it because people were like, hey, wait, if you're saying that this book is canon, then how can you say that orcs still should get like a negative penalty to their intelligence if you also have this book here that is saying that they are, just as smart or if not equal to humans. So I think it's cool. I really like that idea. I'm really glad they're talking about that kind of stuff. And Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you're right, is using a different system, and I like that. I just got the books a few days ago, and I think I'm going to start adding a lot of those books to my collection as well. Because I think it's great. I think they're doing some really cool stuff with that. So lots of new characters going to be able to come out, and we will see where that goes. Oh, I do, yeah. Yeah. I was holding off from getting the 2nd edition books, and then I was gifted some of them, and now it's like, oh, I gotta get more. So, Auntie Pureblood Warlock or an Eldritch Druid of the Moon. Can you draw a baby orc barbarian? How would a baby orc become a barbarian? Let's be honest about that. I guess so. Everything starts as a barbarian and then slowly. Baby orc. Oof. Fences and normal displays of warlock, Yanti, like a mask to hide themselves. I like the idea of people wearing masks. That's my jam. I like that. Did I just be So I have a question about Mechanus, which I was asked to draw an entire universe. It's basically just Transformers, from what I'm discovering. It's straight up just Transformers. What is Transformers but D&D? And so I'm drawing a Borg cube. Whose fire alarm is going off? Somebody needs to change the battery in their fire extinguisher. Is it chirping? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just draw a Borg cube because I don't know what else to draw besides maybe like Optimus Prime. You gotta change the battery. That's what the chirping means. You gotta get a new battery and you gotta replace it. It's one of those weird things. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that there should be a spectrum of like a. What do you call the alignment spectrum? Alignment spectrum, I guess. Well, the chart is a chart, but like there should be a spectrum of alignments. We'll call it that way. That works. We'll say it that way. Yeah, throughout. Yeah. Yeah, and the weird thing about it is, like even through the Dresden books, the Dresden books are great. Hashtag not sponsored, please sponsor me. The Dritz books deal with that kind of stuff. They talk about that stuff all the time, and yet it never made it into the actual playbooks, which is kind of weird. Gears, thousands and thousands of gears. I'm not going to draw thousands and thousands of gears, so we'll do some sketchies with some robots, and then we'll call it a day. I also play lots of off-brand races. Jordan, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Toddlers are terrifying. Warlocks edgy and cool. See, the fact that the god of Mechanus is Primus is it's Transformers. It's straight up just Transformers. I can turn into a cart and a horse. Oh yeah. Beast Wars was super good. No, oh yeah, no, it's terrible. It's hard to watch, but it's like for what it was and when it came out, super cool. Exactly. It's not yours. Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out who's got their fire alarm battery low, and we'll weed them out and buy a battery for them. Let's play find the chirp. It's dangerous, people. You can't have your batteries low. You gotta. That would be bananas. That sounds exactly like a. I had a parakeet for a long while. They liked to just tiny little bird though. Okay. Well, I apologize for accusing someone of having their battery low. It sounds exactly like it. It's a talented bird. You did. Welcome to the call, Mr. Apples. We're talking about birds crapping on stuff and sounding like fire alarms. What canvas size do you use? Right now, I'm in the Aggie software because the Patreon members are allowed to join. If you are a Patreon member, feel free to join the link in the Discord chat. Right now, I think I'm using about 3,000 by 4,000, just so I have some space. I don't usually go smaller than 3,000 because then if I want to print something, it's usually 10 by 10 because I print out at 300 DPI. If you don't know what those words means, don't worry about it. If you do want to know what those words means, let me know. But so I usually go 300 DPI and 3,000 by 3,000. So that way I have 10 by 10. You could definitely make an Aarakocra flamingo. I really think Kenku should just be a... Kenku are a weird mix between Aarakocra, like they're either cursed Aarakocra or they're werebirds. I want one of those two. Drawing choice, Crystal Oriad or a Gnome Rogue. I like the Crystal Oriad idea. I will write that down. So I've got a pretty good list here. Warlocks and Druids are awesome in my opinion. I'm comparison to other classes. In comparison to other classes. I used to have a friend that every time we talked about playing D&D, the first thing he would ask is, "Can I have a war tiger with a cannon on its back?" And the DM was usually like, "No," and he's like, "I'm not playing with you guys then," and he wouldn't play. And I was like, okay. That was the only thing he wanted to play was a ranger, or eventually he played a warforged undead construct. And with a tiger companion that had a cannon on its back. So I was just like, this is a little bananas. He eventually got what he wanted, but he had something planned. Like, no, he just fires the cannon normally, but he's carrying around a giant cannon. Maybe it's a Rakshasa. Yeah. Displacer beasts do exist. That's a good point. That's a good point. Did you just... Does invisible paint exist in the D&D world? in the way that you just described, where you can just make some of your limbs disappear with it? Because if so, that's pretty awesome. That's a good idea. That's fair. If SpongeBob have it, it's canon. Like, if SpongeBob says it, it's D&D. That's the rules. It says that in the book, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what page it's on, but, you know, somewhere. Yeah, I assume that's something that could easily be worked up. Invisibility paint actually would be an interesting item. I'm going to write that down for my new series. Invisibility paint. Invisibility paint. Nope, they are bird people from the plane of air. I thought Aarakocra were cursed angels. Oh, that's interesting. No, I think they are from the plane of air, but you could also have a cursed angel that looks like a bird, I guess. Then again, you could also have a regular angel that just looks like a whole bunch of bands. With wings! Alright, we're done with Mechanus. That's about all I got. There's your prime Borg cube material, non-material robotic plane. Yes, I do. I have that written down. So right now we have an Arctic. What the hell? It was supposed to be Merfolk, but I wrote down Arctic Merfolk. Merfolk. So we're gonna draw a Merfolk, and then we got a Auntie Warlock, a baby orc, and a crystal Oread is what we have written down here. Who's the DM I never had played as Mr. or Polymorphed Ed. Mr. to be polymorphed Ed into a Tarrasque. I assume that means they turn somebody's horse into a Tarrasque, which sounds terrifying. I don't know if that's how polymorph works, but that's fine. I think if your arms popped out of existence, you would have to split second before you lost a lot of blood. Well, I don't think the invisible paint would make your arms, like, go away. What was the guy's name from Adventure Brothers? It's like not Adventure Time, but the Venture Brothers had the Phantom Limb. That was his name. His superpower was he just had invisible limbs. So like, it was weird. You couldn't see his legs or his hands. That whole show is bananas. Yeah, that character is super weird. Draw Limbo. Somewhere. Vitaly, I'm more specialized in character design, but so I don't really want to draw a whole bunch of scenes because I'm bad at it. That might be something I have to do. That might have to be a challenge day where we draw environments. Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice for that though. Okay, Arctic Merfolk. Arctic Merfolk. The question is, you hate Merfolk and the Arctic? Oh, nice. Okay. I see a crab, a spider, and a bird. Okay. If you can't, then draw Tiamat. Tiamat's a pretty cool idea. Probably something like... Star Control. Yeah, I think we can draw Tiamat. I'm gonna write that one down too. So we've got a few. We've got a few now. Funny story about my Yanti Pureblood Warlock of the Great Old One Pact. my delivery nickname Snake Boots, and to this day they insist that the party called Snake Boots and Co. That's a pretty cool one. I like that idea. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want this. Yeah, what's the worst thing a T-Rex ever did to you? You know, I didn't expect that. Touche. You know, you just gotta... Okay. I was going to do a poncho, but a poncho on a merfolk just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to start this over. I'm going to try to... Because it just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to try to make like a seal merfolk. A Norwal... No, oh, I like that. I like the Norwal idea. Hey, Norwals swimming in the ocean. Yeah, because they're so awesome. We could do... Yeah, we could do that. I think merfolks should always be large creatures. I mean, you could have tiny merfolk, which I think would just be normal. Or small size. But, like... Man, I think if you have most of a shark attached to you, you're a large-sized creature. Just putting that out there. A puffer fish merfolk. Oh, we're gonna have to wait till May. Why didn't you have all these cool ideas in May? That's the real question. I'm gonna have to... Boop. And so it begins. Yeah, anglerfish merfolk are dope. But that's really... It's technically just a murloc. It's just how that works. Okay, so we're gonna go... Wow! I know Norwals kind of have the thing. It's supposed to be a tooth, but I'm just gonna make them a unicorn. This is just a sea unicorn. How does that song go? They are underwater unicorns. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that knows that. That is the song I needed. Yep, I needed. Underwater unicorns, they've got a cool something facial horn. Dang it. Oh. Yep, they're the Jedi of the Sea. Narwhal. Man, what happened? What happened to that channel? I mean, it was pre-YouTube, but I feel like it should have just adapted to YouTube. Very possibly. No faces for anybody. I had to spend all day, well, not all day. I spent my drawing time yesterday redrawing face structure because I had forgotten how to draw faces. I don't know what happened. Forgot how to draw faces. Mm-hmm. Okay. Clappy. It's totally your your fire alarm. Miller didn't ping. Miller didn't ping. It was totally you. You were the only one talking. That's the trick. That's how you have to adult sometimes, and you gotta find your beeping fire alarm. Go find it. Rip them all down. Replace all the batteries. That's the plan. Please put them back up. That's the trick. You have to put them back up. No, it was going before you got here. Yep. Yeah, I'm a little confused. Okay. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Dolly Parton. I could make the hair curlier if you want. Are you saying Dolly Parton looks like a narwhal? Shame on you. Should I give her like a guitar? Is that what she needs? There could be. Actually, I think there is in. Okay, if you're having to force it, you're doing it wrong. That's the. All right, we're gonna take a brief moment. I'm gonna say hello to the YouTube chat because I wasn't looking. True neutral, good neutral. Imagine a seahorse. Seahorse Merfolk would be pretty cool too. If you had a D&D alignment, what would it be? I'm chaotic good. Actually, I might be lawful good. No, I'm chaotic good. Definitely chaotic good. Darkness, my old friend. All right, great. Anyways, yeah, fire extinguishers. Let's take a moment and let's talk about fire extinguishers, fire alarms, real quick. You can't get it off the ceiling, or you can't get it off the battery out of the back. All right. So, grab it, push up, and turn to the left. Uppy lefty, uppy lefty. Push into the ceiling. Turn. Oh, well, is it square or is it circular? Okay. Push against the wall, turn left. Anti-clockwise. Can you hear a guitar underwater? That's an interesting question. Maybe it's not a guitar. Maybe it's a fish. Maybe she just squeezes it and it's like, bah, bah, bah. What would a narwhal play? I mean, xylophones might work underwater. That could be interesting. Well, you know what? You know what? We're gonna bypass it and we're gonna make it a keytar because why not? Keytar. I mean, that's what a Norwal should play, is a magical guitar. That's not how keys work, but whatever. Let's see. What kind of clothing should we... I mean, it's an Arctic, right? So maybe... just chunky. Just chunky. Narwhal! Inuit coat. I was thinking about the big coat, but it just seems like that would not be good to get wet. It was 70 degrees here last night. Not cool. Aha, Fahrenheit. Thought that would get you. Yeah, that sounds cold. Ugh. There we go. That's going to be our... Hey, you can do whatever you want in your own house. Yep. All right. Done. Okay. If you had a paper 32 times, you could reach the moon. If you fold a paper 32 times. I don't think that's true, but... Poofy coat. All right, we're moving on to the Auntie Warlock. That's pretty good, Jonas. I like that. You went for the full-blown orca face. Yeah, that's a good one. Everyone else is also welcome to draw with us. If you want to post your stuff in the voice channel or the art share, that'd be cool. You don't have to if you don't want to, but hey, feel free. With this talk of fire alarms reminds me I worked at the Red Cross office. When I worked at the Red Cross office, it was good. If you read this before I delete it, you can get 1,000,000 imaginary cash. Hooray! We can't see your art. Why can't you see my art? Is it freaking out? Oh, good. No, it's still there. I just turned it off. I'm a slow drawer. All right, so we're doing the Auntie Warlock now. It is a pure blood Auntie. Yeah, it's not the one you like. So I say that's why I didn't write it down, because that's too constricting. I would like it. Did you get it? Yeah. Oh no, that's not good. Do you live in a cabin? Yeah. You know, that's kind of the. I think that's one of the best examples, though. Because even if you don't pick the Hex Blade, like, you're still kind of trading something for something. Like, I will sell you all of my children for tentacle arms, and then that's your warlock all of a sudden. Like, there you go. You gotta find a devil pack. There is a race for everything. Warlock is basically, you know, Warlock basically allows you to be anything else that's not what you are via packs. So I'm gonna make these eyes a lot bigger since it's a Yonti pure blood. Yeah, basically. So I'm gonna give him big eyes. I hear Clappy just destroying his fire alarm. There we go. That's what a snake folk looks like. This is back. No, it's good. No. We have a reoccurring character called the what was it? The Abyssal Vendor or something. Okay, now I heard the chirp. Did you reset it after you changed the battery? You have to push the reset button. Is your house on fire? That was the first question we should have asked. That was commitment to a bit. That was some good commitment. The stream was just so good. I have to wait. Man, don't poo yourself on the count of my stream. That would not make me. Let's see. Let's go. A satyr with an eldritch abomination who's also a female satyr who is also an eldritch abomination. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Satyr abomination. They probably have unhinged sage dog, yeah. The newest warlock I have made a deal with. The pitch fiend, the Auntie Warlock, the old god of Lovecraftian things. That's a good way to do it. I don't know why I'm giving this this Yonti a pompadour, but you know I'm all for it right now. There we go. Oh no. Well, old enough to not know how a fire alarm works. Go online and look up your rules. Did you switch out the battery, or did you just hold down the button? Mm-hmm. And you know, we're helping people learn. We're helping people learn about the safety things. So this is what they should teach in school. It's like, here's how a fire alarm works. Don't die. Yeah, home ec. Yeah, that's not required. Or at least it wasn't when I went to school. I was, oh no. Go on to Google, type in fire alarm chirping, and then type the brand of your fire alarm, which should be written on the fire alarm. There should be this is how you change the battery and reset it. Oh, was that not the one that was beeping? Gotcha. Oh, is it connected to the wall? Do you need a screwdriver? Just take it apart. You just unscrew it. I'm one of those people that just snake joke. Yeah, it does look a little like. I'm one of those people that will just take stuff apart until I figure out how it works. So I. Man, I never understood why people would go to IKEA to eat. It drives me up the wall. I just make meatballs myself. Like that's the toll. That's low. I can make Swedish meatballs. What the heck? Okay, fine. That's fair. Swedish meatballs usually have, yeah. So the only difference between gross. Okay. The only difference between Swedish meatballs and how I make meatballs is allspice and flour. I do not put flour. Oh yeah, no. The beeping fire alarm is like it always goes off right when you're about to go to bed. And you're just like, the hell was that? And then you got to walk around your house. Clappy! Look it up online. It'll tell you how to get the battery out. Don't break it yet. If you break it, you got to buy a new one. Okay. Go online, look it up. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. There are here. I will do it for you. What's the name brand of your fire? We're gonna help people today. PRK fire alarm. How to change out the smoke detector battery for the first alarm BRK. Remove the locking pin with a screwdriver. Remove and replace the battery. Did you find the flathead screwdriver to remove the locking pin? Did you break the locking pin? Yeah, yours. Okay, so you went the other way instead of going for the locking pin, but that's fine. Probably super glue. Super glue or tape. You could tape it back together. Technically, as long as it works, it doesn't have to look pretty. Unless it's like your landlord's, in which case, I don't know, buy a new one. But oh, I heard the hissing all of a sudden of you being frustrated, and I thought for some reason I still had fire extinguisher in my head, and I thought you like, psh, 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 and I was like, oh no, it's everywhere. Oh, they're super loud. Yeah. Gotta have better ventilation in that house. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna... just freeze it into a block of ice. Is that what you just suggested? No, don't do that. Don't freeze it in a block of ice. It just is looped all the way back around. Alright. Alright, massive IQs, fire alarms, Auntie to your bloods. We're done. Okay, moving on. Alright, we're doing a baby orc barbarian. You just finish that one then. Like, there's no reason to continue. It's fine. I should probably... I got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes per drawing, remember? So we're gonna... Baby orc barbarian. I'm just thinking of Bam Bam. Yeah, orcs don't really be baby. That's good. Hey, if it works, it works. Oh no. Don't grind your transmissions. That's expensive. Well, more life lessons from Rook. If you can't find a gear and your car won't shift into gear, take your foot off the clutch, reapply the clutch, and try again. Turn on your hazard lights, let people go around you, signal that you are stuck and that you require assistance. Yeah, and if you panic and grind a gear, that's a $2,000 bill that you're gonna have to pay later. So have fun. Yeah. Oh no, I've totally destroyed an entire clutch system in a truck when I was 16. Personal experience. To be fair, it was already a pretty old truck, so it didn't have much to like stand on. But me grinding gears definitely did not help. This is just gonna be like the most tired baby orc in existence. Are you okay? Do we need... Okay. Fire alarms are super frustrating. It's okay to be frustrated. I had just I've had somebody do that. I've had somebody do that in a D&D game. Lingonberry jam. That sounds pretty good. Can you make Soviet meatball? I will not make a Soviet meatball. What are the pics next to the Auntie? What's the pics? The creature on the right, Jonas is drawing. I believe he's drawing a Yanti person as well. Yeah. I can't. Was that a was that a burn, or was that like, hey, actually go learn how to make rope? Because that's a very useful skill. Yeah, that sounded like a dark humor joke, which I'm half not on board with. Yeah, making rope is really fun. Don't do bad things with it. That's all I gotta say. Oh, if you want to make rope so you can do bondage stuff, that's your own business, and I'm fine with that. Yes, as long as your partner's okay with it, then that's fine. Hey, I'm just saying, let's not belittle the ramifications of self harm. I'm not okay with that. So, but then you have to set off the fire alarms that you just broke, and then you just be trapped forever. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so this baby orc needs some face paint. The only problem is, yeah, we draw little hands. I was gonna say, if I just put like paint everywhere, it looks gonna look like he pooed himself. That's what babies do. Okay, we got our hands, got some paint, we got a baby barbarian. Blah 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 blah. That's his rage power. That's his baby rage power. I'm up to like 100+ cousins. Yeah. Yeah. Bummer. Wait, do orcs have hair? Yeah, orcs have hair. We're good. I'm sorry that my orc thing is freaking thrall. Who's got like, I got a ponytail. And that's it. Yeah, he's got the big long stuff. Green Jesus. Fair enough. Thrall is pretty good for green cheeses. I think that's a good way to describe it. Oh, yeah. No, I totally get it. I'm totally on board with that. I get exactly what you're talking about. All right, Crystal Orient is where we're at now. What's the next? You jump into the Satyr Abomination. I'll draw Crystal Oreo because that sounds super fun. The new, if you haven't seen the new Magic the Gathering set, they've got a lot of satyrs. They look pretty cool. They did a pretty good job with them. I don't understand that reference. Are there satyrs in Age of Empires? Oh. I did not play that. See if I can get some crystalline structures in here. Oh, wow. I just realized it's only 9 o'clock. Like, I really jumped the gun today on the stream. That was weird. Yeah, I still got a whole hour before the stream's even supposed to start. My schedule is just super screwed up. I'm going... Age of Dragons. There you go, yeah. I like how the satyrs are there, and then there's just people in the background breakdancing for some reason. Like, oh yeah, these are from Theros. These are maybe 2 expansions old, but they added a whole bunch of satyrs, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think if you went Age of Empires style RTS for the Forgotten Realms, you'd have to go. Yeah, goblinoids, fae, gnolls. You could have gnolls. I don't know if they have an empire, but they would definitely be things like units. Yeah, so I guess that would be, what would that be? It would just be the. Yeah, they could align with. Oh, I can't remember the Gnoll god. Yeah, that word that I can't pronounce. That's kind of what I was thinking. That Gnoll would probably get eaten. And then kill him. And use his body for destruction. Oh, that's cool. Like an oobleck? Like an oobleck what? Happy hour. How's it going? Yeah, it does actually sound like Heroes of Might and Magic. Yeah. I think 3 was probably like the apex of those games. In-game unit. Goes well, my good man. I just found your channel a week ago. Binged your monster character series. Yes. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of StarCraft. They didn't expect the Zerg Rush. That's pretty good. Yeah, so there's a thing that I don't know if everybody else dealt with, but my childhood was Magic the Gathering and like StarCraft with my friends. And so the thing about us playing when we were little, with Magic the Gathering, it was always let's just play 10 rounds real quick without attacking anybody and see how big our armies can get and then kill each other. StarCraft, same thing. And now it's like who can win the game in 3 turns. And so even with StarCraft, it's like, okay, everyone's paranoid, like just waiting for the Zerg Rush because that's all we do to each other now. Thank you, Happy. It's gotta sit. It's pretty funny. Reavers and the new Zerg Rush. All right, I think that's my Genasi here. Ghouls. Oh man, Warcraft 3 was a solid RTS. I'm really glad I drew a whole bunch of faces yesterday. That made me. I definitely needed that practice. Sometimes you got to start over, relearn stuff. Whoop. What do we got next? Oh, Tiamat. I got to draw Tiamat now. How can I do this? Let's do this. So has anybody played any new D&D based games? Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 looks so good. So good. When's the release date on that? Is that next year? Or have they not released one yet? I have Original Sin. But yeah, I don't know if I have the second one. I might have to look that up. Does it? Maybe I'll play that a little later today. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, when I played it with my friends, they'd already beaten the game, and so they were just like, "Yeah, let's just run through it." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know what's going on or how this mechanic works. Poison everything, I guess." Yeah. Okay, so that's one. I'm gonna draw a couple different dragon heads here. That's it. Yep, it's just non-stop dragon heads, and I want a few different shape variants here. So I'm gonna do like a long snout. I think Tiamat is the end-all be-all of dragons, so I'm not sure. I think. There you go. That could do it. So I guess you could consider that a fiend, but cool. What? Yeah. Asmodan, the Lord of Hell. Stupid Deckard Cain. Diablo. Stay a while and listen. Please, somebody listen to me. I've got things to say. Alea. Freaking Diablo. Anyways, new Diablo. Super excited for that too. That'll be good. Eh. Yes. Apparently it's super popular. Not here. Yes. Yeah, super pissed off. Yeah, they were at a PC gaming convention. And so a long time. I do not. I don't put apps like that on my phone. It's just like I'm not spending money on my phone like that. That's not what my phone is for. Actually, I really enjoy the Switch. It's the weird thing about the Switch is it's a handheld. Like that it does great for that. So yeah, which is super cool. I didn't have that. I have some issues with my Joy-Cons. Like they'll lose sync for like half a second, but we discovered it's because we have a giant stone table. And if you put the Switch on the stone table, it interrupts the signal, so we have to just not put it on the table. I bought a Pro controller, and we haven't had any issues since then. So Pro controllers are kind of the way to go. I think yeah, that is definitely. I think that's the biggest downside to it is that once you like remove the Joy-Cons, it's just like these are too small. These don't work. Really. Fire nymph. Salad fingers. Is that a... Oh man, I don't think I've ever measured that. Get a room, you two. I don't know if that would work too well. Okay. Oh no. Let's not turn the stream into a pickup line contest. I think that would probably be for the best. How's everybody else doing, by the way? Good. Cool acknowledges that he is. That's good. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that might be a good way to do it. In the morning, yeah. Yeah, get some sleep. It is 11, I think, is what he's saying, out of 24. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to sleep again. All right. Well, I mean, if you're tired, I don't want to make you hang out. So definitely get some sleep. Sleep is healthy. Sleep is important. Remember to put your fire alarm back on after you fix it. Please remember that. Yeah, I'm not gonna draw a sexy Tiamat. That's not something I'm gonna do. Nope, not gonna do it. Where? I think Miller did. I assume you have a bunch of people muted, Jones. Gotcha. Okay. System is not awesome. Okay. There is, I don't know. I'm a little confused. Kind of lost the rails there for a minute. Yeah, I'm. So okay, it's an ongoing joke in here because we have some Finnish people in here. I think we should just stop making fun of. Okay, I think we should stop making Danish jokes. I just think we should. I would very much appreciate that. Yeah. There you go. This is a weird. Well, okay, so everybody in the YouTube chat, I don't know what's going on anymore. It is. That's the problem. It's a big inside joke that is now being excluding like 40 people. And so I think we need to change the subject before it becomes a non-issue. I said that wrong. Before it becomes an issue. Yeah, it's kind of. I'm drawing your little hooves. Yeah, it feels. Sorry, guys. It's just. Whoops. Yeah, we have a really big issue with that. So any kind of racial discrimination, especially, we don't know. Like, I specifically don't know the national discrimination. Either way, it's all just like the rhetoric of belittling anybody. No. Yeah. It's kind of like that. Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff is the problem. So stereotypes are basically just it's once again, like, I get what you guys are saying about stereotypes being kind of driving the humor, and there is a place for that type of humor, but like, I don't know, on a stream where no one knows what you're talking about, it sounds mean because we don't have the context. Is that, like, does that make sense? The context would be yeah, knowing the references. Yeah. See, we don't know that. That's the problem. We don't understand the jokes you're making. If you have to explain the joke, it's not funny, I think is the best thing to do. So I'm sorry that your humor is falling on mostly deaf ears, but it's now becoming part of the stream that is too. I feel like that's all the stream is right now, is you guys trashing on Denmark. So it is somebody's Yeah, I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just saying, like, I think it's the wrong place to be making those kind of jokes. Sure. So this is what are we saying? Like, what was you started this conversation with Google saying something about Iceland today? Is that correct? Or Finland? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more about that. I actually want to learn about that. So, why is Google Assistant not available in Iceland? that's that's interesting. That's funny. I think I'm missing a head. A Finnic language. One more. Oh, whoop. We're getting actually a pretty good lesson right now, everybody, if you want to jump into the Discord chat. So. Yeah, I think that's Germanic languages is kind of what I'm more familiar with. Indo-European. Yeah. I gotta find. Hold on. I gotta find this cat. Let's see if I can find this video. Oh god, I tried to find something and what came up was llamas with hats. I didn't realize there were 12 episodes of llamas with hats. That is terrifying. Hello cat, what's up? What are we trying to speak? Nope. No way, I'm not going to try that at all. Oh boy. Okay, I'm back. Nope. If you guys want to learn how to speak Finnish, apparently that's what we're doing in the chat now. So feel free to jump into Estonian and Icelandic. I'm sorry. That's several words. Rye, welcome. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. Tips are very welcome. We are doing the community draw today. If you feel like you would like something drawn, please let me know. Yeah, what big conjunctive words do we have? Onomatopoeia is not actually an English word, I don't think. It's a volcano vent projecting something, isn't it? Oh, it's a... What? Oh, I misunderstood. Not good. Yeah, it was a little too close to home. Oh boy. I had to have one. Tiamat's got to have one derpy dragon every time. Oh, Sierra, welcome. Welcome to the call. I do have to do push-ups. Let's get some free weights today. Okay. Oh, should not have dropped those. All right. That was a little higher than I thought they would be. Sierra, welcome to the call. We are doing the community draw. Not community draw, I'm sorry. We're doing the suggestion today. If you want to suggest something to draw, we can add it to the list. I think we're done with Tiamat. We have the derpy Tiamat in the back. And I think that's going to call that one good. So, moving on to the next suggestion. Viewer suggestion, that's what it was. A satyr, female satyr, abomination. Let's see if we can get this going real quick. Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? It's definitely been a minute. No problem at all. I'm glad you're hanging out. You know, it is you're welcome to jump into the drawing today if you'd like, since I believe you are a Patreon member. There's a link in the comments below if you want to come draw with us, or you can suggest a thing for us to draw, and we will do that because we're actually running out of suggestions. So, hey, if you draw every day, then that's just kind of how it works, I think. At some point, I don't know if I have. I still think you just need to make your own channel, and we can just support that too. Viewer suggestion: gnome. Completely write it down. Gnome. Everybody draw Jonas gnome. I don't remember what it was either. What was that fuzzy creature? A Zorb. That's right. D&D koalas. Could draw a blink dog. Yeah, with those little tentacles. I think we could draw Blink Dog. I think that would be a good one. I think Blink Dog's a good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Blink Dog. Blink Dog? Okay. What are you trying to figure out? He's just vanished. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid. People are going to eventually figure out that that Jonas is the good artist, and that I'm just the YouTube. what's the term? I'm just the host. I'm just the host. I'm just the face. Well, without the face, but. That's true. Gross. Gross. Hey, there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers. Shut your mouth. Ah! What happened? Burgers are pretty delicious. I somehow got... There are. We're getting a lot. Jonas is drawing again. Great. Let's get in there. Okay, so this is your first time in Aggie, I assume. So I'm gonna. You can. It's basically just like Photoshop. On the right, if you have your brush tool out, you can turn on the density. If you look at the YouTube stream, you can kind of see what's going on there, and then the opacity and everything like that, and then you can go from there. Brush tool's good. The zoom tool, just like Photoshop. Yeah, that's about it. Don't use the fill tool, and you can't scale things. So, good luck. Yeah, it does suck. Well, it's an abomination, so it's got to be something weird. Yeah. The no fill tool. It's just filled in the whole background. looks real good. That's the way to do it. I was thinking about making a coloring book with some of my work because I have all the outlines. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, all the Patreons get. Actually, I think the outlines are for free on the Patreon as well. So anybody that wants to jump over to the Patreon page, you can just download a lot of the stuff I've done. You can feel free to color them, post them. Just say, hey, this is Rookzer0's line work, and I colored it. Great. Okay. Jonas and Miller. We're with three people talking over people. Please be courteous. Ace was saying something. Say it one more time. You said, yeah, that could be a fun project. We could try to set up something where we do like individual pieces of the artwork. That could be really cool. A whole coloring book of rugby. That's something I could set up, I guess. Man, what do goat skulls look like? I don't know what goat skulls look like now. Except I just turned this from a satyr into like a demon goat. Sure. Yeah, we're drawing female satyr abominations. Apparently, was the suggestion. So, you're not linked into having to draw those, but that's the suggestion. So feel free. Didn't the Mythbusters prove that body fat and muscle don't protect you from bullets? Okay, I'm gonna go with tentacle hair. That's where I'm gonna go with this. Yep, that's Adam Savage. One of my favorite makers. Adam Sandberg, no. And writing it down, yep. That is a great quote. He's also, yeah, Tested is really good. They just they do all kinds of crazy stuff. He's got his own channel where he makes things. These like one-day builds, which are really cool. Definitely worth checking out. Goldtooth, welcome, thank you. Here's $20, and that's 20 push-ups. That is indeed 20 push-ups. Except I'm not doing push-ups today because I did way too many the other afternoon playing WoW. So I'm doing... Oh! It's squat day! I forgot. It is leg day. Jonas, you said I was supposed to make you do this too, so we're going to do 20 squats. Squats. 20. Whew, wow. That's 1. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. For those of you that don't know what the hell's going on, 8, 9. Anytime I get tipped in the chat, we work out, because we got to work out. You're not required to do that with me. This is definitely a thing I'm doing for myself, because I got to get in shape, because I don't want to go back to the hospital, because that's no fun. All right, 20 squats. Round is a shape. There's nothing wrong with any shape. I myself am choosing to not be round anymore. Hopefully, we will do our best. So, man, earlier today I said that I wouldn't eat at IKEA because I can make my own meatballs. I refuse to pay people to make me food. Man, they just gave Trump a whole bunch of money, and I can't tell you how I feel about that because of YouTube. So we're not going to talk about it. If you're using your iPad, you might have to turn off one of the settings. Oh, Brian. How do you tip? I think you know very well how to tip, sir. Okay, here we go. He is. Bry's great. All right, here we go. More squats. Wah! Here we go. I gotta get psyched up for this. 20 more squats. I'm gonna take a little breather. I'm gonna stretch real quick, and then we're gonna go back to the abomination. Whew. All right, here we go. 1, 2. I just realized now I have my window open, so people are probably just watching me do squats from the street. That's probably weird. 10. Halfway there. 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. That is a question for you and your doctor. There you go. Then you're out of shape. You're out of shape if your shape is not the proper shape that you want and or need. Tim, dang it. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Bri. Thank you, Goldtooth. Let's do some more squats. Here we go. I gotta stretch out a little more. Welcome to the Rookzer0 D&D stream where we do squats all day. Squats and push-ups. All right. Whew, here we go. 1. That happened once. I did like 160 push-ups during one stream. 6. 16, 17, 18, 20. Whew. I might have to. I am gonna pull a muscle, aren't I? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I forgot. No, that happened once. I did so many push-ups that day. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And not everybody has to do the push-up regime. I want people to be healthy, not dead. So, Don't stress yourself out. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, for a while, I was working in a kitchen that was like, when I got home, I could not move because it was so busy. It was just rushing. But it got canceled out because I ate so much spaghetti and pizza while I was at work to keep up with it. So I got really buff, but I was also very chunky. And now I'm slowly trying to... Okay. I drew a skull and I didn't do any squats for that, so I'm going to go ahead and do some squats for the skull. You guys don't have to do my skull squat. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to make this into a really good goat skull. I just need a minute. Whew. Yeah, I was going to go find some. If you can find some, great. I'm going to go fill up my water bottle. I'll be right back. I need more water. Okay, 5 more. Here we go. Okay. Yes. All right, that is a good skull reference. Thank you for that. It's weird how skulls kind of look the same. A mutant elephant? That's a good one. Okay, so we got the goat face. A bullet goat? Is that what he said? Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. I've got a handful of Lovecraftian lore in my head, and I don't have all of it though. Oh yeah, no, he's a super racist weird dude. Absolutely. Yeah. H.P. Lovecraft was a weird. Yeah. Yeah, she look cool. Slow your roll. Kobold Paladin riding a baby elephant. You know what? We could do that. I'm gonna blacken up these bones here. I'm gonna make them charred.
Lovecraft is definitely one of those writers that's just like, you're kind of a garbage person. How did you come up with this weird stuff? I don't know whether to. Yeah, because he's a garbage person. Yeah, no, he kind of just hated everybody, like, which is not to say that there weren't some people he hated more than others, but he just, I don't know. The Lovecraft books are actually hard to read because of that. I think the mythos is pretty solid, like for creature creation, probably because it came from such a weird place of hatred and destruction. But I would not suggest reading the books unless you've got a bit of a stomach. Oh, gross. All right. I think that is going to be our Seder abomination. I think that's probably good. I like these little like spider eyes in the skull. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all, but that's it. That's what we did. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. I'm about to do my real game soon. I'm about to DM my first game soon. Alright, good luck, Ace. Thanks for hanging out. Right now my party has 3 rogues. I don't know how I'm supposed to prepare for all the one-shots. Basically, the way I would deal with that, Rehabster, you just kill him. Yeah, just giant boulder traps, and if they don't find him, they die. No, if you have a lot of rogues, in your party, put them in situations that would require rogues, and by that I mean things that they are not supposed to fight. Like specifically, you have to sneak past this. You have to find a way around this fight, and if they do fight, it's because they're being caught. Right, so if they choose to kill him, it's difficult, not impossible. Like I'm thinking like 75% chance of success, right? So not super difficult because they're rogues. They're supposed to be doing this, but if they fail, no good. Put them where they need to sneak into something, or they need to remove something from a place that might be difficult, like a person. So like, well, how do we hide this informant, right? You have to sneak this informant out of the building. That way they're not always just murder hoping everything. It's like, oh, you come across goblins, we sneak in, we insta-kill them all. It's like, that's not a fun challenge, right? Let them flex on you sometimes like that, absolutely. But for the most part, set it up to where it would be jobs that are difficult for everybody, but not impossible for rogues. Like, does that make sense? I think that's a good way to look at it. I don't know how that's like Dishonor. What is Dishonor like? Oh, you're talking about like, yeah. I need to go brood somewhere. Just have that be an added action. Like this turn you can brood if you want, and then you get bonus to stealth next turn. A corner of brooding. That's a pretty good idea. It's a small pocket dimension just full of darkness. I don't know if I have one. The man Man of flying mammals. Echolocation man. Man-bat is the equivalent of the lizard, for those of you that don't know, but is a bat instead of a lizard. Batman. My father was killed by a major league renegade pitch. And I have thus become and I become the Batman. Wah. Miller, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What? I don't remember that. Which Superman is that? Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, Superman is supposed to be lawful good, even with all of his power, which is kind of like the what would you call it? Like the idealized or the romanticized idea of good incarnate, like having to pull back your power to be that good character. I like that about Superman. Yeah. And I think that has to do more with the movie industry than the comics. And I think that's one of the reasons that DC has a problem making live action movies, is because they basically like pay someone to make a movie and slap DC stuff on it. Whereas the cartoons do a really good job of staying true to the characters. Very, very good, yeah. Bryce says you could have one of them be a well-known criminal with a reward out for them. See if the others try to turn in the player for money. That's a cool way to do it too, where like you can kind of pit the party against themselves. Marvel owns it. Well, yeah, Disney owns all of it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, no, absolutely. I think the Epic Rap Battles guys did a great job of doing the Disney verse Henson. Is that what it was? No, it was Stan Lee versus Henson, and then Disney jumps in at the end. Um, it technically, yeah, it's slowly becoming a monopoly, and that's kind of an issue with American capitalism right now, is things slowly blend into monopolies. And at some point you have to say, no, you can't do that. But people aren't. Because money. And we're not going to talk about politics. So that was my opinion on that. And I can give you my opinion, but let's not dwell on it. So, yeah, that's dangerous talk. Let's do something else. So here's my elephant. Kobold riding an elephant. How do people feel about that? Fat cat blob on desk. That's a pretty good cat blob. Or a really big kobold. What the hell were those? The olifants? That was a stretch of the imagination, wasn't it? You can fit 50 or 60 kobolds in a bag of holding. They won't last long, but you can do it. I don't know. Depends. The draconic version of goblins are kobolds. That's a cool way to do it. You know, that beats my idea that dragons just somehow got happy with some goblins and that got weird. Dragons can turn into anything, though, so they could totally... I think that could happen. Sure. I can't argue with that. I got nothing to add. Elephant, kobold, cavalier. Make it happen. Let's add a banner. Warhammer is different. That's why. I want to put like an elephant on this banner. Yeah. Also, they're not very smart. What's that? It's in my mouth now. It's a great picture. If you put an oxygen tank in a bag of holding, filling it with air, does that allow the kobolds to live in it? Yes. Actually, that is a legitimate strategy that I've seen some people do. I think bags of holding have 10 minutes of air in them. Depending on the size of the bag. They should have about 10 minutes of air in them. So you can actually jump in a bag of holding if you want. I would argue it's hard for people to get out of a bag of holding. So, like, you can't do it yourself. But I have seen some people do that where they will bring oxygen with them or... that's not how science works, but rule of cool, I would allow you to put a wind elemental in a bag of holding for that purpose. Because, I mean, eventually it would all just be carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is still wind. So... Oh, I totally forgot to draw the blink dog. Let's draw the blink dog. I think that's our next goal. Wait, blink dogs don't have tentacles? What the hell am I thinking of? Maybe I'm thinking of displacer beasts. mean, oh yeah, displacer beasts are like cats, though, aren't they? Well, double dang. What I've discovered is that dogs that don't like cats generally just don't like a lot of stuff. Get off my yard. So I've just discovered that drawing a blink dog is just drawing a dog. So Cthulhu is back. Welcome. Bugbears who play drums that are just skulls and bones, or rather an Archfey Warlock Centaur. Those are both interesting ideas. Let's do... You know, I haven't drawn a Bugbear. We can draw a Bugbear. Bugbear. But I'm gonna draw this. I'm gonna draw a Displacer Beast dog, I guess, since we're on the... Yeah. I guess maybe I'll draw a Blink dog. Blink dogs have interesting ears. Let's do that. I think everybody that knows this channel knows where this is going, but we'll see what happens. I know it. I mean, does that still exist? Does Ripley's Believe It or Not actually still, is that a thing? Hmm. Interesting. I have to show people my Cyclops dog. I'm gonna be rich. I mean, I guess that's what YouTube is right now, so that's fine. A boop. Man. Okay, how about a bag of holding filled with air and a goblin makes a campfire inside? Does the bag now function like a hot air balloon attached to the basket and a cool escape? No, it does not. Welcome, I am not. Because, and there's a reason for this, the bag of holding has an extra dimensional plane of space. So, there's no lift from the bag. Now, if you held the fire, if you filled a bag of holding with something flammable and then squeezed it out, you could make it into a rocket. You could turn a bag of holding into a rocket. I would allow a bag of holding to be used as a fuel source for an air balloon. I think that's fair. There have been, in my years of D&D, let me start with this. You asked, could you use a bag of holding as a grenade? There are many plans out on the internet to make explosive bags of holding. Right. The idea is, how do you get the portable hole in the bag away from your body? And there's some really cool... Yeah. There's arrows that do it. Some people have used magic. Someone made a hat. That had a... You basically put a portable hole in the inside top of a top hat, and then you put the bag of holding on your head, and then all you have to do to just blow up everybody is squish the hat. But once again, you're still holding the hat, so you have to throw it and let somebody step on the hat. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff you can do. I think my favorite representation of that is the what the hell is it called? The ancient arrows from Breath of the Wild. I didn't expect it. I'm like, oh, this must just do a lot of damage. You shoot it, and then it just collapses everything into itself, and you're like, oh dang. It just goes away. So yeah, I think that can be funny. Yeah. Yep, that's what we're talking about. I always think it's funny when people are like, I'm just going to jump in this bag of holding. I'm like, do you have any bag of holdings on you? And they're like, oh crap. It's like, yeah, oh crap, indeed. You done messed up. Wait. Interesting. I would argue that is not. That's an interesting thought. Putting something that is big, shrink it, put it in the bag, and then having it enlarge in the bag. My understanding has always been that if the bag is overfilled, it spills out all the contents. It destroys the bag, and the bag. Yeah. That was my understanding as well. So I think we have two different concepts there because yeah, using a bag of holding to crush something, or transport it somewhere, I'm not super on board with. I mean, if that's what your DM rules, that's what your DM rules. But I think I would rule it that the bag of holding would be destroyed if you did that. Yeah. That's good. Portable beholder would be a pretty good bag. There's no air in the bag. Yeah, there's no air in the bag. I've completely forgotten how to draw dogs, so that's a thing. Whoop. That's not exactly what happens. The bag of devouring. Kevin the Warlock has one of those. It does destroy things, but it also just wants to consume people, which is pretty funny. Man, I don't remember. Let's take a look. The bag of devouring for 5th edition is superficially resembles a bag of holding, but is the feeding orifice of a giant extra-dimensional creature. Turning the bag inside out closes the orifice. That's great.
The extra-dimensional creature attached to the bag, senses whenever placed inside the bag, animals, vegetables, or matter placed wholly in the bag are devoured and lost forever. When a person reaches into the bag, there's a 50-50 chance the cheat creature will be pulled into the bag. And the bag itself can be used, its action, to try to escape successfully. Yeah, so that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about... Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm thinking of the intelligent. Can you fill 60 million fire ants? I would think so. I think you could put fire ants in a bag. Got it. Jonas sent me? Hunter! Hunter's in the chat! Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
I wouldn't say the Predator movies are horror movies at all. I think they're just sci-fi action movies. Do it now. That was pretty good. That was a good. Do it now. Damn right. All right. So yeah, Jonas Hunter finally showed up. So there's your shout out. Jonas isn't here. Maybe Jonas is pretending to be Hunter, just to like. Look, it's actually me. I'm a real person. You definitely do that. All those things exist. You're not Hunter, is that what you said? Yep. Batman has also defeated the Predator, so. And the Turtles, yep. All right. I don't know what kind of poofy Pomeranian displacer beef this is. Displacer beef? What the hell's the displacer beef? Beef? It looks almost like a squirrel. All right, well, we're done with that. We're done with that. Bugbear and displacer beef, huh? Those are our options. All right. I did say displacer beef, dang it. I do have to do push-ups. I don't know if I can do more squats. I'm going to try. Woo! Here we go. 1. Okay, yep. Nope, I only got a few more of those left in me. So, in Pathfinder, there is an intelligent bag of devouring, which is basically the same thing, but it basically is. Let me see. It's kind of like a mimic, but it hates everything except demons, and will try to convince people to stick things in the bag. So it just constantly tries to get people to store things, and then it eats them. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you put your arm in there, you do take a D10 of damage. And you can swing it at people, and it'll bite them, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, that got noisy. Let's remember, there's a lot of people in the chat. Please be courteous and take your time. If I have to talk over you, that's partially because I'm interacting with someone in the YouTube chat. Don't take offense to that. I am actually still listening, so I promise. Sometimes. Anyway, how are we doing? So, we were talking about what displays to be? Bags of holding, bags of devouring, hitting people with bags, pretty funny. It's a good item. It's a good item to give people because they're like, yeah, level 3 bag of holding, great. And then it bites their arm, and you're like, this isn't cool. It is a cursed item, so you do take some negatives while you have it, and you don't want to get rid of it because it's a cursed item, which is kind of cool. So I think that's a really fun item. Depends on the curse. I am thinking about. Sorry. Ooh. If. Go ahead. That's pretty good. I like that. That's a fun mechanic. An axe of dwarven throwing. That's pretty great. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Axe of dwarven throwing throws the dwarf instead. That's pretty great. I dig it. I think I remember playing the original Baldur's Gate, and like the first cursed item I ever dealt with was the Ring of Sex Change. And like you put it on, and all it did, if you didn't identify it, because I was 8 when I played that game, and it was just like, yeah, sweet magical ring, boop. And you're like, wait, what's going on here? And you're like, okay. And because it's a video game, you're like, that doesn't affect me at all. That's fine. That's great. And then you look down, and you're like, I can't take the ring off. This just took my ring slot. Damn it. So I always thought that was funny. That was my first example of a cursed item. A Rama half ring. That's pretty funny. Are people just too young for that anime? Is that what's going on? Yeah, Ranma 1/2. That's that whole premise of the anime. Ranma 1/2. That's old school. Come on. Yeah. But yep. Kung Fu Fighter turns into a girl in hot water or cold water, and then vice versa, or something to that effect. A panda. That's pretty good. I think that was the original premise for the I think that was the first one I ever saw. Right, yeah. I'm 1.5. That's an interesting question. Man, yeah, that's hard. I have a hard time picking favorites. That's a weird qualifier to me. Why? Why does it have to be that you knew it was anime? Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's a good one. Sure. Wait, what was I supposed to do with this bugbear? Oh, it was a bugbear bard? Oh, well, crap. I gotta change this. It's an art style. Okay. I've got a weird one for everybody. I assume people know Astro Boy. Old school. Like that's the original anime. But Big Guy and Rusty was based off of Astro Boy. Specifically designed as a westernized version of Astro Boy. Love that series. It's so good. I have the original comic. It's great. It's so good. If you haven't seen Big Guy and Rusty, check out Big Guy and Rusty. It's great. So Astro Boy, like that's what I'm saying. I assume people know what Astro Boy is. They build a robot. It's basically Mega Man to save the universe. But so what Big Guy and Rusty is Big Guy is a 50s inspired robot, like big old iron robot. They couldn't make the AI work, so they had a guy piloting it, pretending to be a robot. And then they made the robot finally. They made Astro Boy, and they're like, "Yay, we did it for realsies. We can't let people know that we faked it for 15 years." And then, but the little robot they made, idolizes Big Guy because they're like, "Oh, you were the first edition. You're so cool." And they're like, "We have to keep the lie going because the little robot thinks I'm a robot." Oh God, it's super good. Super good. Yeah. That sounds amazing. I super dig it. Gigantor. I remember seeing it. I didn't watch a lot of it. I would not be surprised if that was the other inspiration for that series. I wish Neon Genesis was more kaiju battle and less teen drama. Yeah, exactly. I think Pacific Rim 2 was a mistake. I think they really, really messed it up. Yeah. I really I almost yeah. I've thought about it in the past, just taking the new Godzilla movie and removing all the people from it. It's like a 12-minute movie if you do that. I mean, to be fair, the original Godzilla movies still were the same format, but they just weren't as drama-y. It was very much... Yeah, the first Godzilla was... Right. What if we kill it with oxygen? Dun dun dun! It wasn't like a deoxygenator bomb. Either way. No, I was talking about the original movie. But the second Godzilla movie... It's a buzzword. I want to make this a... Yeah, I think... Super good. We should have like a kaiju day where we just draw giant monsters. I'd be okay with that. Maybe that's what we'll do on Friday. Friday will be kaiju day for the community draw. Let's do that. Well, we turned back into an old school game channel again. So let's try really hard not to just name things off that exist in old video games. Let's have a conversation about them, because we do this. This is a thing we do from time to time. So. Yeah. I was gonna say. That does sound like Rampage. Okay, we're going to pause for a second. We can't have 5 questions followed by more questions followed by more questions. Someone ask a question, wait for a response, and then ask another question. Let's do it that way. We'll try that. We'll see what happens. Hunter, by the way, thanks for joining. I see you there. Let's do one question at a time. Rampage is a good game. Continue. Great. It seems like an arbitrary question. Yes, but are we flexing on the answer, or are we like great? Sorry, go ahead. Have you played it? Let's ask one person in the chat. I have not. I have not played it. Look at this fluffy boy. I forgot. Drow, welcome. Oh man, you can't put The Rock in a movie and then just show monsters. That's not how. He's The Rock. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've turned this bugbear into like a space bard, and I'm not all for it. I'm gonna start over. I made him like way too happy. We're gonna start over. That's a good question. You know what? I agree with that. The Sonic movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Okay. Detective Pikachu was an actual movie. Like, that is ridiculous. It's a movie that exists. It doesn't require you to know what the hell is going on. it's self-contained. So, applaud. Do, do, do. So what I'm getting from all of this is that we need to wait. Was someone celebrating Midsummer? Is it Midsummer already? Gee, mini Christmas. Yeah, I was gonna say it's so cold. Yesterday, all morning, it was. I'm trying to do the Celsius conversion in my brain. It was cold. It was cold yesterday. And then last night it was 70 degrees. Is that the giant robot car? Yeah, he needs to be a buff bear. Yep, so many push-ups. And he's got little bone drumsticks. I hope I get jacked. I'm gonna get super buff. I found a picture of myself when I was like 16, and I was so skinny, but I'm like, man, when I was 16, I thought I was so fat, and now I'm super fat. So like, what was wrong with me at 16? What? Uh, that is so many different subjective things that all started with "there was a study," so I believe none of it. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna. Let's not. Go ahead. Sure, yeah. I have many, many books that will never be seen by people. When I started rebuilding my art station for all my character art, I had a lot of weird stuff on there, and I eventually removed most of it. And then I discovered my old DeviantArt page, and I was like, well, that's getting deleted right now. And it just went away. Just completely went away. So my new DeviantArt page is a lot better. But there's some old art that's just, my mother probably wouldn't want me to throw it away, but I have no attachment to it at all. That's a bummer. Yeah, it's never fun when your art gets thrown away. That's cool. Feel free to share their work if you want. If they need, it's up to them. I mean, it's their thing. We have the promotion page. If you are an artist or you're looking for commissions, feel free to post that in the promote yourself page. There are rules. There are rules. Well, read the rule page. It's at the very top. The one that says rules and info. Read first. Let's get some more. Who's barking? Dogs. Pork, pork, danger, danger. Nice. Okay. Goldtooth. Good comic. Is this a new comic or is this the old one? This looks like a new one. Well, are you? Where are you posting it to is the problem. That's the thing. Is that content relevant to? Let's look at what we got here. Is it reference? Is it memes? Is it homebrew and lore? And then there's meme chat for that. That seems legit. But that also seems like self-promotion. So maybe you put that in promoting yourself. I don't know what to draw now. It's 11 o'clock. I said I was going to stop early, but I think we're doing okay. Did you put direwolves in a bag of holding? Is that what happened? No, I think I remember. And we'll probably, you can retell the story after the stream if you want, but I think I remember you telling me about this. Hey, if that's fine, man. That's what the promotion channel's for. I ask. It's not a rule yet because we haven't had the issue. I ask that you don't post more than once a week, once every other day or so. Okay. Cool. I don't know what to draw anymore now. I'm out of ideas. I think we need one or two more suggestions, and then we can probably call it a day. Potions. It's a turtle dog. All right, let's draw a turtle dog. That's kind of D&D related, I guess. Yeah. Lion turtle is a thing. That's legit. Oh, there's the clock. Why do people want me to draw dogs? I'm so bad at drawing dogs. I've drawn so many more cats. Oh, hell yeah. No, we're doing this. Okay. Man, I miss living in a basement. That's really weird to say, and I'll caveat it with I have lived in 2 different basements in my life. One of my apartments was underground, which was really cool, and then I rented the basement of a house for a few months from one of my friends. It was so cool in the basement all the time. A little bit, yeah. It is weird though, because I lived in an apartment that was underground, and so I would look out my window and like see people's feet, and it's just like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Interesting. That sounds like an experimental student film. If you know lots of useless information, that is great, and I applaud your studious efforts. Please don't share it with us. That's all I asked. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm saying. If you got a fun fact that's not related to what we're talking about, keep it to yourself. Just look like a... Okay, how do I turn this poofy little boy into a turtle? Oh, wait. All right, what's your question? Have you ever played Pinocchio? Is that your question? All right. That's interesting. I like that idea. Like being... Well, I guess that's kind of what Sam did on Critical Role, but with dwarves and gnomes. I think that's a fun mechanic. Like actually giving people a race bend. Life injecting deers. All right, that's cool. Nice. That's not appropriate. It's not appropriate at all. Super weird. Yeah, that's fair. So we once did. Well, I did this. One of my characters was a. The question was to reiterate for those not in the chat here, Arctic Nothic. That's an interesting idea. Anyways, the question was, have you ever played a wooden person that tried to become a real person? To which most people say no, Pinocchio. But I played a weirwood, which is basically a wood construct from Pathfinder. So basically a wooden warforged made out of life-stealing wood. And they are identical in backstory, by the way, made by wizards. And I decided to play it as a cleric. I played it as a cleric monk that basically was obsessed with life because as a construct, it's not life. So instead of trying to become a person, he basically wanted to like dissect people and destroy necromancy. So it was like completely. Yeah, no, he wanted to preserve and understand life essence. So it was like he's a super good healer, and anytime there was any kind of necromancy that like perversed life, he just like he hated it. And I thought that was a really fun character. So he was just like a super good paladin, but he was a heal robot. It was kind of interesting. I don't know. Fun thing. I eventually turned him into a monk so he could just punch people and then get perfect body. Yeah. Yeah, I dissected it. Yeah, we got Sierra up here. I don't know if Sierra's still here. I think she is. Not sure. I'm not sure. Got Jonas down here. Sure, that's no problem. I wasn't sure if you were still here or not. Either way, it doesn't. You're good. All right. Jeez. Oh no. You know, you gotta go with what you got, right? I mean, that's a tragic story, but at least it kind of had a good ending. I don't know. I don't know how to. I mean, it's not the best ending, but you know, at least the cat didn't go to waste. Man, Hellboy's so good. I actually really liked the new one, except it was bad. Yeah, the ugly Scottish troll. Yep. That's like straight out of something, isn't it? Or maybe it was just Alf. Alf liked to eat cats. That's the. I don't know if people remember Alf. Oh, yeah, I think cats eat humans everywhere if they have the opportunity. Well, time to eat the human. Nom, 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 nom. It's like, stupid cat. Get out of here. All right, here's my turtle Pomeranian. My pom-pom turtle. Turtle-ranian. It's so cursed. Is that what you said? It's pretty cursed. Oh no. That's an evil party. Did I ever tell you guys the story about my party forgetting to save the princess? My party was hired by a governor whose daughter had been kidnapped by bandits, and they were like extorting the kingdom. And they were like, "Go save these people, or go stop these people, bring back my daughter." They get there, they release her, but she's unconscious, and like the tower starts collapsing and everything's going to crap. And the rogue picks the lock on the door, opens the door, sees everybody like struggling to like get out, closes the door, and just leaves. My party, seeing this, freaks out, eventually breaks the door down, takes some damage as rocks are falling, crumbling, get out, and they're like, "Yay, we did it, we're great." They go back to the kingdom, and the guy's like, "Where's my daughter?" And they all looked at each other and just like, "Oh, crap." They had left her in the tower. And they had Yeah. Oh no. On the plus side, the governor that hired them basically became an ongoing villain because he wanted revenge on the adventurers for leaving his daughter behind. So that was fun. That was a fun addition to the game. But yeah, gotta remember to pick up the people you're supposed to save. Don't leave them behind. Yeah, that's a good one. In game or like in your parents' garden? Oh yeah. That's great. That's such a good curse. See, I like those kind of curses where it's like, you have to deal with this or your character is broken. And it's like, how do I deal with it? I only know how to throw fireballs. It's like, gotta figure something else out. Like, Cthulhu doesn't like the troll. That's an image from Troll Hunters, the documentary about trolls. So I talked a little bit about this earlier, and I talked about it yesterday, and I wanted to bring it back up. Yesterday I was making fun of orcs, saying it was okay to make fun of orcs. And D&D says, not anymore! And I think it's great. And I don't know why I just thought of that, because we were making fun of trolls, I think. But they're talking about for 5th edition, basically because of the addition of Wildmount, that they are going to start looking at races not as having alignment or having stats based on their races, which I think is great, because I talked about that a lot in my videos about the stats that are there are kind of suggestions for a specific type of, like these are the tieflings from this one specific place, and they generally have this. So I like that they're looking at it more of a broad racial descriptions now. So that's really cool. And I love seeing all these different types of trolls, because that is a weird looking troll. Definitely good. What was that, Miller? Nice. Yeah, Arctic North. monstrous creature with terrible talons and a single great eye. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do an Arctic Nothic. We'll see what's going on. I don't know if people played Dungeon Hack or so they used to do in old games. I don't know if they did this in Daggerfall. It might have been Daggerfall, might have been the first time, or Arena. Actually, I was talking to someone. I think I was talking to Bri about this the other day. About instead of rolling stats for like you roll 4d6, take the best 3, or roll 3d6, you just roll 70d6. And yeah, hold on. Let me get the actual numbers for this. You roll a pool. You roll a pool of all the dice, and then you can just take the dice from it and put them wherever you want. That's how old video game systems used to work before they had. This is before they did like point buy systems, and this is I think why they do point buy systems now. So basically, what you could do for old school Arena or Daggerfall is you would just click the re-roll button until you had like 90 points, and then you just put 18 in everything. And you could just keep clicking the re-roll button. You're like, nope, 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 nope. And then you get it, and you're like, yes! And then you just keep clicking because you were just like used to clicking. And you're like, no, my 18s! They're gone! So, yeah. And so that was always really funny. It's like the first thing you got to do is just click until you get the good stats. And that's kind of what I was thinking about. But no, it's an interesting way to do it. You roll all the dice, and you can do it with a computer. And then you just put the points in. And that's what I'm saying. Point buy systems kind of do that the same way. It's just there's a more points cost extra. So there's a few different ways to deal with it. But it's an interesting idea because that way you can really, really make your character stats the way you want. I may have I may have donked the evil party. Last time we played Jump Ropes Paladin entered into a fighting ring and won. I did not expect her to win. And everybody in the party basically bet every cent they had on her and won. And so it's like, well, you all just made 60,000 gold. Have fun. So we've not yet gone back to that campaign, and I'm worried. But I can deal with it. I'm definitely ready to deal with their shenanigans. Oh, it's a goblin. Hoth style. Yeah, gross. I thought it smelled bad on the outside. You know, that's the reference I was making, yeah. But it's human. It's a tauntaun, but it's a human. We had in the last D&D campaign we were fighting bugbears, and one of them had a necklace of elf ears. And one of my players took it and then realized, well, it was Kevin the necromancer, but he wasn't playing the necromancer, so he instinctively took it, and then he's like, I have a necklace of elf ears, I don't know what to do with this. And he started like trying to figure out, like, I can't sell it, I don't want to just like throw it on the ground. The hell do you do with this? He started having like a moral dilemma about what to do with a necklace of ears. You could. You absolutely could. I don't know why you'd want to, but it's an option. You gotta fry them. You gotta fry them up, and then what does elf taste like? That's a weird question. Tastes like elf. Great. Maybe they taste like wild boar or deer.
Venison.
Okay. You know, with all the videos I've put out, I think I've thought about that stuff too much. Because I keep saying, like, what did I say last time? Bug flavored. It's like, that's not good. Monkey flavored. I really hope you said ants and not what I thought. Not ants. Which is still pretty funny. What was that, the fear factor? They made everybody eat horse butt. It's like, oh, this is the thing. It's like, why does this show exist? What's going on here? Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this. I want to see a show where people eat bugs and horse butt. It's like, let's not. Let's just not have that show and be fine. Man. Yeah, I mean, eating bugs, I assume, is probably fine if you cook them. Yeah. I don't know how to make this. This is weird. I'm struggling to make something ice-based. I think I need to stop this. I just need to, like, cover it nice. It's got a pine tree on its back that's just covered in snow. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, do I want to make it covered in ice, or do I want to make it? Because the Nothic pictures I'm seeing are all spiky creatures. Oh, that is a great picture! Holy crap! Who drew this? Who drew this picture? I need to find it. Hold on. From the Storyforge team. I'm gonna go ahead and post this because it's amazing. I'm not sure. I assume this is Corey Tregor, but I'm just gonna post the thing in the voice chat. That looks hella cool. I'm on board for that. That looks wicked. I think D&D Beyond. I think D&D Beyond is using it for their Nothic page. But super good. I think furry might be the way to go. Yeah, that looks like Stacy. Yeah, I've met Stacy before. Here's Stacy's mom has got it going on. Scalable monsters, yo. Scalable monsters. The books are ghouls are tough. Ghouls are really scary if you play them. That will kill like most parties. 5 ghouls is not a good. Woo. Oh no. Ooh, I have no idea what's going on right now. That's not good. Yeah, I always hate it when you, like, as a DM, when you start just critting over and over again. You're like, oh, if I were a player, this would be real cool. I feel really bad. I had a really good. Go ahead. That's not good. Oh, yeah. I do love regenerated fire breath and stuff. I think we're already off topic. Bring it back around. Bring it back around. Okay, how would you deal with a player getting lycanthropy or becoming a werewolf? Yeah, that's kind of the thing, and I think because we talked about this earlier, like curses being a really good boon, you can just apply the lycanthropy template to a player and let them control it as a boon, and that could be a cool thing if that's what they want. I do think because it is a curse, you have to give it some kind of detrimental effect, and usually what I do is if they have lycanthropy and they can control it, like they go through the motions of finding a way to make it less cursed or retain parts of it or just to have mastery over it, like they can take a level to gain mastery over it. They're giving up a level to do that, or they're giving up a feat. I'm okay with that. Otherwise, what I do is if they transform, there's a very high chance that I get to play their character. Like that's the thing. It's like, okay, you're gonna try to forcefully make yourself become a werewolf right now. Great, roll me a d20, and don't roll below a 4. And if they do, it's like, cool, you have it. And then if like something extraneous happens, or they lose down to half life, roll again. Like I want to see. And if you lose it, I get to control your character for 1 turn because you just like you go feral for a second, and I'm going to and then or the other thing you can do is when they attack, you can have them basically like flip a coin, and they don't quite get to decide who they attack. Like you attack anybody adjacent to you, roll a die to see which one you hit because you're just lashing out. That's how I deal with it. I try to make sure that they're aware that this is a really cool, powerful boon. There are consequences for it. There is a reason that it is a curse. Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. That's usually what I do. I try to let them decide what happens, and I make them roll. That's the important thing, is because it's like whether or not I'm going to do something with your character, it has to be your fault. You have to be the one that gives me control to it. I don't want to just be like, oh well, you're a vampire now, and now I get to bite everybody. Yeah, so that's how I kind of deal with that, and I think it's fun. Yeah. Yeah. Not cool. I do like making players, like old player characters that leave the party, new enemies and NPCs. I'm a big fan of that. I'm out of space. A cat girl vampire? So that's the problem with the Aggie software is you can't scale. No, I've run out of vertical space because you can't scale the pictures. So I'm just stuck. That's it. There we go. That's our fuzzy, Nothic. Yeah, no, I think I'm good with that. What time is it? 11:30. I think we're about done. We've kind of gone off the rails a little bit, which is fine. But it's been a while. I was thinking about doing a new series today that I might be able to get the video out for. They would be very short, and I want them to be object based. So I'm thinking my first one is going to be about a potion that I homebrewed, and so. I can't hear anything. Everyone's just talking at once. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about starting this new series, and it's going to be short. And I'm thinking they're probably going to be like 2 or 3 minutes long at the most. And they're just like, hey, here's an object. I'm going to draw it for you real quick. Here's why I think I should use it that way, how you can change it and have fun with it. And that's it. Like, I don't want to go too deep dive into it, but I don't know if that's going to have the same kind of flavor as much as it's just going to be almost like a textbook. So I don't know if that's exactly how I want to do it, but I might try that out today. Right. That's true. Yeah. So I might try that out. We'll see what happens, and we'll play it out. There was someone, Chase was his name. I don't remember now. He has a YouTube channel. He talked to me about doing something like that the other month or two ago, and I drew something for him, and I don't think he ever made the video. So I think I'm just gonna kind of go off on my own idea with it and do the drawings. So we'll see what happens, and that's it. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be Thursday, which is a free day. I might do more commission work tomorrow. I have a few more things going on there. Friday will be the live draw, community draw. I did get my Rookzer0 sweatshirt in from Redbubble. It's all right. It's a little tighter than I thought it would be, so maybe order large if you're ordering those. I'm still gonna look into like making my own sweatshirts. I think I'm gonna have to get them custom ordered and then just sell them myself. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know, just so I can kind of keep track of what people want. I did order the playing cards yesterday. I ordered one run of them just to see what they'd look like. That might be something we can sell in the future too. But we're going to hang out. There are cards in the mail for all of the Patreon members that are above the Bugbear level, Bugbear or upper. Whole bunch of stickers. And keychains, which are fun. Unfortunately, I didn't have the actual keychain, so you have to find your own keychain for them because I couldn't get them to fit in the envelope. But in the future, if I send keychains, I will send actual key rings with them. So that's a thing. So everyone, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I threw a keychain. I threw a rugby keychain. Those exist. Those are fun. Keep your dice on the table. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Be happy. Be healthy. Go do your squats. Do your push-ups if you need to. If you don't need to, don't do it. That's fine. We'll catch everybody later, and we'll see you tomorrow.